Ken Ofori Atta was moving out of this building, and as soon as he stepped outside of this building, the agents of ICE surrounded him.
We will use every possible legal means to bring,
including Ken Ofori Atta.
Yes.
Okay. One way pressure ebeku Ken Ofori Atta.
Nkrofo bi ma bo man yi kro no. Se yentumi anye wo mo hwe be hayen.
Yensamanfo nyina koba ebiem emma dwumadi asu asanso thanase a ensama ekoso ewo oman Ghana mu yade ni nyina ebre ayefo former finance minister Ken Ofori Atta enkomo webre ene free na so ye ba se Ken Ofori Atta nhwe ya pressure ebekuno attorney general adinkomo deputy attorney general so adinkomo ensem bebre ene free ho ba Manase Azure nso aliki information bi ekwaba ne yefa so a yete Ken Ofori Atta sese ameno kasei information eba ne se enche Ken Ofori Atta ebeba ba piem ewo oman Ghana mu quick one ensem be ne frache eba information ben ena ewom yede ne nyina ebre ayefo na afi no bibia aye kama MPP nso edienti ena wo mu defend Ken Ofori Atta sa quick one information be leaky but ansana no commander attorney general akasa deputy attorney general akasa Manase Azure so se ame no kasei or US abrochimemu enti onim de ekobia but ansana no ori eni kantie Manase Azure de eni mra sanse Ken Ofori Atta wia oman ni sika e de akwa rent dan e wo US abrochimemu but then US for no so se wo mo ntena ho e ma Ken Ofori Atta enwia oman Ghana ska emane ma metna US abrochimemu enti wo ma Ken Ofori Atta na sisi ameno kasei situation no etesei odi yentie Manase Azure ensem ne mra yekoba ai attorney general so leak information bi atese ano edin.
Well, I caught him. I only have details of what he does, and that's what I've been sharing. And exact location where he was arrested, according to sources who witnessed the arrest, is in Washington, D.C., 124th Street in Washington, D.C. And there is an apartment, a luxury apartment complex building called the West Light Building. This building is in a very expensive neighborhood of Washington, D.C., and it is a 20-minute walk from the White House. This is where sources say Ken Ofori Atta and some members of his family, I have heard specifically his wife and son, have been living in this building. This is the building where Kamala Harris was living prior to her election and swearing in as the Vice President of the United States. And Kamala Harris had a 2-bedroom condo in this West Light building. And when she moved in April 2025, this building was listed on the market and sold for almost $2 million. This is just a 2-bedroom apartment in this building where Ken Ofori Atta lives. And it was sold for almost $2 million, to be specific, $1.85 million. So this shows that it's an apartment in this luxurious neighborhood. And the information is that on Tuesday morning at about 11 a.m., Ken Ofori Atta was moving out of this building. And as soon as he stepped outside of this building, the agents of ICE surrounded him, got him into a car, and drove him away to this detention center, the Caroline Detention Center in Virginia, which is about 89 miles from the exact location where he was arrested. And they say that this was like a targeted operation. Sometimes ICE officials or agents raid places and arrest or conduct mass arrest. But everything I'm hearing from sources that were present when Ken was picked up shows that it was a targeted operation. They appear to have come to lay ambush, and as soon as he emerged, they surrounded him, got him into the vehicle, and then drove him away about an hour and a half drive to where he's currently being detained.
Okay, Commander.
Yeah, Director.
Former Finance Minister.
Yeah.
Ken Ofori Atta is in trouble.
Sure.
Na eje guni temno.
Okay.
One way pressure ebeku Ken Ofori Atta.
Director, baby aye koi. Kakra obi enku a wa obewu.
Obi a minim se kidney surgery no koye yo, se liver surgery no koye yo. Enka papa ebe dwene ne ho no.
Director say
ya twa papa ya bo.
O see the prostate.
When
you prostate cancer. But no cleaning am yanim nie ono anepe.
Na se utie Manase Azure nkomo no a.
Yeah.
Enka Ken Ofori Atta nko dwane ana se nko pie kwa.
Director utie nkomo ni mu a. Ken Ofori Atta no se otetetetewu. Enti wa chef ye ho a ompie. At the moment ya opie no. Director ebetima ba se nanka ofri ho akobo no ho dwa obabi foforo. Was onim se ya revoke ne visa dada.
Yeah.
Enti owo ni nyina no but na dwen emu kire ne se bibia betima asi ene na nse wahwa US ice for ne ha dwen pa sa immigration and custom for no omo ha dwen omo
na se omo kwa no se ntie nya ne se unya ntie se obi wo ha sei on share ni pipesa report e be mo ska edi Ken Ofori Atta case die case a wo manya pa
ena Ken Ofori Atta ne one person but or you linked with empenifo bebre wo US enti ne lawyers ne ade no omo man information into who said they are closing him down omo ban na e wo se odwane enti at this moment I believe that sa ahomache no Ken Ofori Atta onye adwuma wa ba kokora US a hote no onye adwuma bia enti waye ne surgery nso awie se obekọ doctor ho a enye sa ahomache no e no obesore akọ nti eye no kwese ebia na odwane
Maran yes I one of the biggest and expensive area and Ken Ofori Atta wia o man Ghana yesika and odi akọ rent no timu US
on renting po unse efie no according to
I screen so a efie ne da so no
efie ne efie
ese we de ne boarding o
into building we no better omato in apartment omato na apartment by apartment enti ontimi ndofie ni nyina enti oto apartment ni bi enti eno era Ken Ofori Atta atobi enti o own an apartment in the building better Ken Ofori Atta oyekromfo se o hwe ba bia wasan akọ oni a property baby akobo no hodwa wasie ya watete ya right say just 20 minutes walk from the White House
now kwa uba be wu enche na ube wu
right oni
na wo nwini nchirima ho
okay right with Ken Ofori Atta o plan you o share that okay mebokro no miwia na medwane kotena security zone enti okotena ho a ehonye baby a Ghana for betima because Ghana ni untimi nkotwetwam White House baby a America mampanite amanfo ntimi ne nam ho ordinary bia se mo ne nam ho se de mo pe enti okotena that area na wahira na chi na was service cano for the future generation because one ne yere ene ne ba ene chef ye ho enti ne ba no is benefiting from it anya sa kono kra beto papa for say papa no kwani nyamianim nie anim gwase ni dimbo no adoso dodo se wonya boni a kofie ne ko trechire mu kire nkofo no mo ntiese se ummo kro no but onim boni na waye enti enei US ho na wo hye no na wo tetenti na sa apartment no e na oshim
Ken Ofori Atta bokro no ti I commander voice ni nimua no ti ye bon tew na ya sori so I attorney general dinkomo na attorney general nkomo no me ma hyeme uri enti mra
Article 19 of the Constitution, his right to a fair trial is guaranteed. No one is going to, Ken Ofori Atta is not he's not the person that will come here and we're going to treat him very shabbily and so on and so forth. He will be accorded due process of law. His fair trial rights will be guaranteed and so on. So I talked with John Ashcroft, but at the time, I could not, including the lawyer, the lawyer who granted the interview.
That's right.
So there were three lawyers who spoke to me via, a Zoom on that day when they were expressing concerns. Okay. So at that point in time, it was confidential. I could not mention John Ashcroft as his lawyer. All right. But I was simply saying that when you take the fact that he has these top lawyers coming to court in America to defend him, it is not going to be a day's work to bring him home.
That's
because he will appear before in this current matter. He will appear before an immigration judge. all right, on January 20th, he's appearing before an immigration judge.
Right.
He has a right to appeal that decision to a district court.
Right.
From the district court, it can go to a circuit court of appeals.
Yeah.
Then from there to the United States, Supreme Court. That is potentially the legal pathway to, the determination as to whether or not he should be taken from America.
Right.
If he doesn't self-deport, this is what is going to happen. In the extradition case, again, a district court will hear the proceedings and make a determination as to whether to extradite him. If he is not happy about that, he can go to a circuit court of appeal and to the United States of America.
Right.
So I was just laying out, the legal pathway that lies ahead of us,
and which could drag.
And that is part of the process of probity and accountability.
But why do you get a sick man's visa revoked? And as I understand, it was revoked in June.
No, in July.
June or July?
July, I think.
Rather.
Yeah.
Okay.
July.
Well, he's sick. He's not well. That's what we are told. He needs to recuperate from treatment.
Do you
and so on.
recuperate only in America? You can recuperate here. There are people here with prostate cancer who are treating themselves.
Okay, Commander.
Yeah, the right.
Attorney General.
Of course.
And sir, what Asho can Ofori Atta say on the Omra. Sir, Oba PM or my Ganamua.
Yeah.
Obian Tetino. Obian Yanushi. I am ready no Oba Babejina. Oba answer questions.
Okay.
But then can Ofori Atta so who said Oba PM or my Ganamua. And they am Rani Bedino. And Rani Dinu so better Fiasi.
The right. Ken Ofori Atta himself say onim na obagana obeko prison.
Yeah, so
Yota onim boni wadi because from Ashase na yeka Ken Ofori Atta si form Ken Ofori Atta si form osimi si form. Yota na na do yi ni free ho ye ya aban sesa yi Ken Ofori Atta dwane koye no na ye kan sem bebre emu bia ni ho a o deny dabi say we die enye say na te na te ane say me yare me kwahwa me ho yade aba that's all. Enei Ken Ofori Atta ye ka $58 million no one can say 58 o ye din or to obias ya say $58 million say ya kosi national cathedral Ken Ofori Atta nim say ya spending $97 million but one kasa why ye din or tin baby enei onim ne bone enti onim befe say obagana pe obeko prison. Attorney General then there right say obi a wusuma fidie Attorney General nan kasa nim say Ken Ofori Atta di bone sika bia financiase enti no ma me krokro no me na da me nyane kakran na omra oba ye ba me fair trial but fair trial no
ono so achela no
obeto ya we na ono na wabokro no opese o kire say onim se wabokro no
onimpa
right Ken Ofori Atta say yam pase allegations Attorney General any OSPD to ne so no say ni nyina ye no kra ono ankasa nim dada say boni we na medi
that means ne visa no US for no revoke here
of course
am different in sem
yeah
and tell no that so to
Rota Ken Ofori Atta enei no oye illegal immigrant Rota on say said there be ayeka no obi ye bokoboko na odwane kopie mo US and our country bi na ne visa ni wu and as a visa any time so no when I say oh maybe because a chrome hot there okodi ba apeska ba fie that is the mentality eh mu bebre Ghana for tied to kwan say okodru wi a o manage nti enei Ken Ofori Atta so visa ya revoke mi chefie mi mpia bonte na wacheme asem ni nyina no
eno so no machini
mo enti enei ya che no ahana emrane ni ba be di say eye den ye revoke you visa still what na on my way mu over 6 months after visa revocation and also 5 months after say revoke you visa but Ken Ofori Atta eno nko adi adanse say wadi bone and eno ka hu bi and anasem no eye US for na here at this moment ye hwe ni mu say omo de ne court na omo be deport no and na bagana
Commander Deputy Attorney General SA
okay
entebia Ken Ofori Atta eba wa asho man Ghana nyina wo de entie ne nsem no.
When it comes to fugitive of justice or fugitive from justice, the person who is running away from justice, the fundamental rule when it comes to two states dealing with each other is that no person, apart from citizens, no person has the right to remain in another person's country. So, an extradition, that's the process of extradition that we know as a result of extradition treaty, is not the only way that a person will be removed from one country and surrendered to another country. Right. So we need to draw two lines here. The formal extradition process and other ways of getting a fugitive to come back home, other lawful ways of getting a fugitive to come back home. What we have been dealing with over the period has been more focused on what? Extradition.
Yes.
Right. But there are other ways of getting a fugitive to arrive in the country. We have been doing our best to ensure that anyone who has run away from accountability and justice is brought to book. Mm. I told you that we arrested someone recently who was at large, and those are the process that we have done.
So was the person out of the country?
Yeah, the person was out of the country.
The one who has just been arrested?
Yes, and now he's here.
Which country was he?
It was in the, I think, United States.
So the U.S. authorities helped you to arrest this person?
I won't give the details.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, because like I said, extradition is not the only process. So
okay, great.
Now to
okay,
to the former finance minister. As at June 2025, that's last year, his visa got revoked. I know I've seen statements from people who said the visa expired.
I see. So as of June 2025, his visa was revoked.
Revoked. So it's not a question of expiration of visa.
No, so explain that, because there's some information about his visa expiring in February 2026. That's 14 February. I spoke to Manasseh a couple of days ago.
Take it for me.
That.
Take it for me.
Explain what you mean.
The information we have from authentic sources is that his visa was revoked in 2025, June 2025. So he's been living in America without a visa, let me put it that way, for all this while.
Since June 2025?
That is the information we have.
His visa was revoked?
Yes.
So
it is not everything I can put to you, but it is just surprising that we have information from people out there, some purporting to be formal information, which is completely contrary to what the reality is.
Which is what, for instance?
Which is that visa did not expire.
True.
Visa got revoked.
That's what some of his persons who speak for him have been saying.
Precisely. So I'm saying that apart from extradition, there are other ways of making sure that persons
come into the country.
Exactly.
So this is one of them.
And the Attorney General's office is exploring every possible avenue of having anyone who has run away from the Republic to be returned to accountability. And we will succeed.
You will succeed. You're making this emphatic statement on television today that you will succeed.
We will use every possible legal means to bring anyone who is running away from justice in this country.
Including Ken Ofori Atta.
Yes.
Commander.
Yeah, the writer.
Justice Remsai.
Of course.
I say, don't be a Ken Ofori Atta baby and one may.
The writer, uni bibi.
Are good news?
Be who enkrofo bi say ya. Minti wo ho jai. Enipa wo de adwuma hye ne nsa. Ode na koma nyina hye adwuma nim say adwuma we meye to succeed. Enei Ken Ofori Atta issue problematic for the whole country. Right, say Attorney General in the vice say all man timi amfa Ken Ofori Atta ma ebeba be campaign message for the MPP in 2028. Enti enei okacha yin say the omo betumi aye bia no omo be to bring Ken Ofori Atta down. He's right.
Amodo obi adi kan ba o. But then na Ken Ofori Atta de ndi ache.
It depends. Ebia sika Ken Ofori Atta nya and the kind of lawyers they offer, the money he's paying too huge. Enti na ultimate keeping kakra enei or that's what. But that is not the end of it. But they said the podia and Ken and Pietro no enke konfonsem. Enti Ken Ofori Atta ompe he's coming back to Ghana. I like this Deputy Attorney General. But Sawacha a different thing from Attorney General. Attorney General said the way in Musuno a very different. But Justice Ramsay so pose a certain act bia a man will say onusu mumrano he knows what he's doing. Okasa with confidence and okasa or the timeline etoto ho.
Okay.
Enei Ghana ni bia wo arhyemu say kakra baby ayekwe.
Okay.
Say the ba kwa ba edimienu beba.
Okay.
And share the second person will be Ken Ofori Atta. And I like that.
Quick one. Yenko tie nsɛm a Dela Adam edi atudwa na ne nkomo ni mu ode ese commander voice ni nim won tie o se bon na eko but then Dela Adam nkomo na wadi no wadi nkomo afa Ken Ofori Atta na nim sɛ Can Ofori Atta issue no kwa no.
Okay.
Yes na US for no untimi hye na on chesa o. Enti ohwe na be so no okọ Jamaica. No asamba, no okọ Jamaica, no asamba. Eno ne kro no a MPP abo. And NDC ba ye, adwuma wo mo ye. Wodi ni nyina ho nkomoti quick one. Yenye bre na ye nche ne nsem no na emu de pa.
Se ye to abama wo a, Ghana for to abama wo a. Ye wo enwoma ye expect fi aban no say ye ma wo. Obi anka nche so sora no pa be ma no jollof fi no ndi. But obi abokro no and say the person is perceived to have stolen. Say nipa ye person wo che no maye. Eye ade da wanya ebufo wo. Enti NDC fo nim. Say nkrofo bi o ma bo man yi kro no. Say yentumi anye wo mo hwe be hayen. Because tie enfie nwotwe na da MPP eda ye nim ho nyina.
Collateral no scale.
Na NDC fo ye kon ka say Abina spending $58 million for National Cathedral. MPP for him say 97. And so no, in the last 8 years, no be a yedni. Emma ye ba ya and son ye be constitute investigation and sana ebe da bonti say $97 million. Some time no, $1 million now 170 billion. $1 million now 170 billion. Into 170 billion times 97. And nobody two amena. Nipa no or this basis has come. Aye can Ofori Atta. Ye really ya ba NDC ba ya pe January none of the visa. Na all con mamika semenchiro. Oje visas miensa. Oje visas miensa or visas miensa. Ngam we try mo or visas nkwa miensa. Our Canadian visa, our UK visa, and our American visa.
Obi visa what if am we?
Somebody catch us say I no are planning.
No, master.
Say NDC for Bape Trump.
Mom take Ghana no money visa.
Trump may call. What's our one way?
I'm take Ghana no money visa.
You could mama interrupt too. Yeah, Kasani.
Anyway, can
Eba, oh, may pass me a yichiro. Over this is me and son. The Canadian one ended in the year 2032. Can Ofori Atta visa in Canada ended 2032. Jentina Obi or your finance minister of Ghana has he. Ebe kwaji visa. Ewo Canada. Ebe ending in the year 2032. Ade. Jentia.
The logic new. Me tell you me visa up to 2032 na kese me nyame dwane.
Oh, sir. Oh, unya.
Wo bia.
But that say wo dey account say e kire say unya ya obedwane ana. Tie. Jentina finance. Wo dey nyabuta Jentina finance minister. Wo bu o man na finance minister mfiensia. Aban foforo aba yesi wo ye nwoma bi a enye osida bi me wo UK ye video ye internet video dia call no wa ka kire special prosecutor say OSP say be pa ocho ye interview no no interview no ye no internet so video call say ye mfre no na the lawyer ye friend dey Fred bibi
is it Frank
Davis wo Ghana ha say ya ka kire OSP ni say omo ye investigation wo internet so now for MPP for I need pity say en cancer no mo a wo mo die omo die wo mo nim say de Ken Ofori Atta ni na Akufo-Addo ye no egu MPP ni mo ase obi ye say wabokro no say MPP party ni believes integrity a say a trunk atamo ken ya sra obra esa say de wo ye wabrochire no di gu ye nim mo ase. Because we are finance minister, what is best money? Yes, we must appropriate funds. Brabe, now the entire yes, our pre-bargain in your branch away. The entire be a pre-bargain. Anyway, is this
construction tender
MPP in 2022 by your imagine say you disika our bemo. Now you cheer near the court. Me too many attorney general need this, Musampa, me 4 billion. Namum somebody sikari bre wo dia menjeli na me nkotrefi a political party or no wa ban mfie nwotwe e no ho de samra we ba be ye adwuma ye ne ye kofa from 1930 e ye hunnyoma de be sha ho say 2022 at 10:79 me ba tie me I don't want the interjection we dem pam choja me say samra no ye de ba me MPP ni anasa me ya ban mu panyini na me bɔ kuro no ne yɛ kyem ne yɛ de me kɔ court a betumi ne attorney general no kɔ transfer obi wɔ national service secretariat wakɔ akɔhu attorney general sɛ ɔpɛ sɛ otua 22 billion
allegation obi improve wɔ court 22 billion
o 22 billion na yɛ
Why please attorney general dem da. People get no court.
I will enter into the entire no.
No, people get
court. Come be a gift or warrant on ye.
People get court.
Neighbor, sir, Ofori Atta asem de yake. Obi ti sew. What's we ejuma Ghana Digital Center. NDC 40, we na we the first person ko chief executive. Oh. Ebo. Enne NDC aba. Ade ya establish afa deputy chief executive officer and deputy. You are here complaining. Say adenti na yafa deputy digital. Oh, nya abuteba me ka say we adenti na yafa deputy chief on digital center. And so Nana Akufo-Addo efa ministers 126.
Any response to more executive CEOs come.
You see about ministers 126. You didn't complain. And NDC aba baby a wo ye ti ya wo be adwuma. Ye di nipa ba akwa be show ne the deputy aba be kan mienu. You are complaining about 2, but you did not complain about 126. Now me say, Ken Ofori Atta di asama yeke.
Okay.
Over the yeke ni nyina ne say.
All right.
Attorney General Special Prosecutor say, "Who on sembi esu be yi ano." Say Ken Ofori Atta fi say onye boni bia. E so onya kukudro si baga na hasaba ba. Mi ma no ye nche no, but on pesa obeba essence onim de waye. Over here, minister na say obi di position enwoma oye edinya ne sika no wu tinche ya wonim se nipa ko ne ye nwoma ne wie na sa accountability che no na ye bi se nipa ko na asem na se ebuti se nkanta no betena se ye defend ta nipa na ai na ho ye mmobo ye mesere esan se obi enim boni a Ofori Atta di aje se ya baba na no na waka ko sha abrochire a afie ba ko so cooperation nana so ko operation bia surgery bia ba ko ye bia 6 weeks see you feel hospital operation bia ba ye bia 6 weeks time see you feel hospital kaina ko so ko san ho yare 1 year ni operation ben no ko ye pe dia wo ye no
said na do nyara mo fa na ma
operation ben na wa ye 1 year can so guarantee on my now so you want to be so fi Jamaica the passports no our multiple exit entry I have V1 V2 visas you the manwa you amount 5 years in you can't stay in America for because you call yourself a visitor and you can't stay there for 5 years continuous into this 6 months so you call now say enter into kind of returning ne visa because of call as a tourist into O2 fe America no akọ Jamaica no akọ di be 3 days no asa babio na 6 months na asa tibiti bio e no to ho e na MPP fo e wo ha se wo mo de wo mo ba soso e defend no a ye de ye ka ni nyina ne se o kro no no nye boni bia die nti na o dwane friend papa na ne ma me se ma me pa cho me seminar sampese me to seminar na wo se ni 100 na 200 bia akọ ma akwala no saa sika no kodu akwala ne nkyɛn a Nana Akufo-Addo ɔmanpanyin Nana Akufo-Addo aban sɛ meji 1% ɛwɔ saa sika no mu ansa na metumi siesie ɔman Ghana na ɛbɔbɔ ɛyɛ awerɛhoɔ yɛwie wei no ɔmo nkɔfa biribi a ɛfɛ ne betting tax de bae mmeranteɛ ne mmabaawa a sɛbi ɔno ɔnyɛ adwuma anyɛ ne papa ne ma ne chop money wɔ fie na yɛama ne chop money bɛyɛ 20 cedis na wakɔ wache 10 cedis ebi sɛbi ebi wɔn pɔ ɔntɔnam sɛbi na watɔ no wache 10 cedis na wa reserve 10 cedis a ɔde ahyɛ no kotu kom ɔde nam ɔde bɔ no ba na ɛno na ɔde Manchester United ne Chelsea ɛbɔ bɔɔl wa saa nipa ne sɛ meeto bet sɛ me try me luck yahwɛ Manchester bɛ wini anaasɛ Chelsea bɛ wini saa nipa ne di 1 cedi 2 cedi a ɔman panyin sɛ mame percentage wɔ mu ansa na metumi de siesie ɔmo tax na mmeranteɛ ayɛ hahaha ɔmo mu a adeɛ a ɔmo de jiwju ɔmo ni kakra mpɔ yie enti sɛ wohwɛ nneɛma a MPP fo do gu akwan mu ɛyɛ akyɛ sɛ sɛbi wobɛka sɛ aban no wɔn kɔ de cabinet na sɛ wɔn kɔ dwene ho a sɛbi no obi ato na dwenem afa bedru baby no mede e-levy ni betting tax ni luxury tax ni de nyina ba ye fuel prices ni nyina kono wo mo ka kire MPP fo nyina Mr. Nkansa na ti ka kire wo mo nyina se wo ko radio so no TV so na wo ko kasa na se wo hia obia ka kire nipa ko se eye Russia Ukraine war enti na ma ye ho kire ye ana eja ko bra ti na yesi gari olonka ne boa ye dene banche ne boa ye dene ebro ne boa ye dene na aban mu mpanyifo to me ka kire Ghana fo se esanse Russia ni Ukraine fo e kuwo baby enunti na ma banche eboa ye den wo Ghana ihi utwene ho a emfie beye enan enum ewo ye nim nyina Russia Ukraine enun ko na ban no a yato abama no se ombe manage aban no di ye excuses na wo se emrantie ni mabawa wo mo ko training college ni nursing training college bosom nso ye ntum ntua wo mo ka na emrantie ni su 7 months ye ntua wo mo ka meni abema ena we ni nyina che se enwoma bone a MPP di ye wo mu ha die se ye ka se ye ka de bechi na se ye ka so esanse wo mo ne ye ne enwoma bi a wo mba ye ko ye no die em say ye uma ye 10 years say ye fan kaka MPP aban amambu no a still ye be ka say ankoye na de bedru baabi na aban mu mpanyufo ade che de mo mpo ye be ye Ghana fo ade ni si Ghana ni de ni sika kwakoto bank sebi bia 1 billion o Ghana cedi 100,000 and that's 1 million o Ghana cedi no de kwakoto bank na aban se ne nhihye bia nkoyi enti wo sika no a wo de kwakoto bank no o chemu mienu no afafa na wa mafa eja obi a wo di 62 years na waje ne pension retirement benefit no the benefit na kwakoto bank say interest bi mra hono mfe didi na bai ba be ka kire wo say o 5 billion sikada da no a wo de kwakoto bank no e da bank no me chemu mienu esanse ma mismanage economy to the extent say I cannot pay the interest on that money and it says sika no e da bank na o 5 billion no na bai afa half not the half amount 2.5 billion eno kura no wo kose wo kokoji aban se sika ni wo ofa MPP aban we be ye ya ma wo mo nkasa member of parliament be gina bontene ka kire se wo mo rane aban se Ponzi scheme honorable Kweku Kwati se MPP aban no a wo mu de o mo ye no ya ye se wo mo rane some fraud institution before 19 be no wo mo ye na ye bobo ofa ya me bedru baby ma MPP for members of parliament 82 be ye press conference baby edru ni die am say o man ka oba ma Ofori Atta ankwa obugu o man no tio MPP for no du mochi 82 edia watwe mienu ye press conference ka kire Ghana for nyina se papa no o hwe ye sika so no e fe finance minister no someone yin na mfiri ho a omo anka se MPP for no man yin na mfiri ho a oman we nye ye da na esanse ne wo fa na ye president no nti ninia na ye minister president ni nti na odi ni nia hye finance minister ona hwe Ghana sika so ene ye de ope ene oye esanse omanpɛyin na Akufo-Addo tu kwan a or charter plane every 1 hour otua $20,000 1 hour every 1 hour otua $20,000 it is na Akufo-Addo ko di 6 days a obeba no boy ka be 3.6 billion $3.6 million $4.2 million saa time no nipa no di sika no man ye ni nua Ofori Atta de obisa ya no da man no essence ni nua na e control Ghana sika eja atese bonia ebra ya bre wo MPP ensemu enfie nwotwe no ebedu baabi udidi anopa ewia ne enwumre ye ndidi bio ne de adane anom nso ne de adama de ache under Nana Akufo-Addo nanso na abamu mpanyifo de omunnimu ne se Ken Paluta abranche bi efend Paluta ne nyombi eno no mo sade kire ye de ye campaign kire ye se wo mo sade a kire ye yesu no a ye kom de ye no a ye bre no na wo mo sa kire
ye be wunti ye na
no fa ye be wunti ye na nti wo didi no a me e kom de me no o pa bi ma me na ye den eja wo didi no na me no kom de me no o pa bi ma me na ye den
na nyum ne ye nyame ne shirayen Ashimu, that's a song. What's that? I talk about. Non common.
Say, Nyamia Shira, woman, say, ya mistake at two about the Oma Babem. And I'm by a sick and omudin funya. And I show war. No more such a kind Paluta. Nobody a campaign today.
And you normally then beating a woman now.
And you need then lyrics, the content of the song, and you say, Nyamia Shira, Yababem. Finance minister no say me kokko bob business our broche de ba Ghana ha me de sika no ban me bank e fe the data bank enya ho mfaso of can of that why bi o ono ni bank no a okobo business no ne bank no ono ne bank no e data bank no nim say there is something we call conflict of interest oni enti okobo business de bre Ghana no aye party MPP to me ye okobo business no ma ba ye party no make a cake to celebrate loans. Now, for on my penina na said the making or two coin and in your finance minister and manisika. Na MPP for your press conference in your catcher and said, Unia noa or say sika samosono. Means no man your fenty in free. MPP for to say in cancer no about radio so be defending ye and never Johnny. Enti ofa ya ba ye afini o man pe John Mahama tena ho no se enwuma bia ye de ba ye na nye ye be ye firi wo so ye be bu o man no wo be say Russia Ukraine ye be yi betting tax ye yin firi ho yi levy ye yin firi ho mama obi anko kase problem Ghana ye won ye Russia Ukraine emrantie ne maba wa o manya admission mo ko university for the first year when you real university na wo first school fees first year ye tua ma wo and na edene ye tua sa school fees no first year de ye tua ma wo a ban no aya wo ye we ba ye inflation wo me de kodru baby de 2022 na ye 54.1% under the MPP administration omo fa fee 18.3 wafa bedru baby na me no ka sese inflation about bedru 5.4 the kire and say the rates here and your bo edin slow down. It's what we saying this for the and your juma say one more the inflation about 5.4 last month na 6.3 and now about 5.4 MPP time could do 54 cities now kita 100 cities let us say 100 cities now 46 cities and do 100 no because inflation taking 54 aban we buy ye nwomo ode atoto agawode Nana Akufo-Addo the 126 ministers in the say o man 126 ministers and o dey say o man o man pe John Mahama buy say see me no ka say the ministers o no mo ye adwuma ye 56 and so she said your man no eko ye nka say o man pe John Mahama your soro bofo nanso ese e bona bado she said ye na adwuma eye eko wo fa she said your man no o man eko ene Emunu ane ye ton 155 kilo 515 no 115 no 58 Ghana cedis. And now ko China Mall say see emo benya bag 280 cedis. China Mall ashaima haya 280 emo one bag. And one na ye 1100 ne 1000 and they 480 500. Enti ye komwa hi han ye fi so man pay John Mahama ba ye the friend chrono scandal in the first years the 56 ministers ye nyan tibi enti say be bo aban bi abaso a o man pay John Mahama ne na pamfo ne ye bo o ma baso se wo ma hye ye no nyam abano a ye koto ye in the last year no wo ma ye nu ye ho de mo se o ma yakoma to ye yem se abano a ye koto mo man pay John Mahama ne na pamfo no kure wo ma hye Ghana fo no nyam esan se wo mo ba ye de ye pe enkwa na wo mo ye ma ye uni abema so wo mpe wei de bio na wo pe
obi so be rate man pedin amemo no obe mami bi one of interviews bi an organize say on the man is 0.0/10
0/0
and 0/10
0/10 MPB ni ba
I mean nimu ni pako de minimum party wo say niema ono no susu say aban ba e o abani nyehu abani nye bibia fa mo man no nti se nkwotena ba bi kokasa mo bibia nya saneti enyo no nkwama hu nipa bibre bibi no so kaka
eja kobna enye me nwanwa se bibisa MPP ni beka bibisa adentia se wo mko meeting ya baba kojo opon kroma ni press conference oye no wo mko meeting wo mka kire wo mkrofo no se yenim se aba na ebon ho modern pa nanso se yankase mu enim gwase be kan enti yankata yeni na yanka de yenim efenguso enti obi tumi ka ga se aba we ba onya hwe obi se aba na nya hwe o se ai seed no na ye 17 and then aba 10 enti die everybody bow or it doesn't understand, she doesn't appreciate what we are talking about. Enti wafa
okay
na me adom
me da say
NDC aban ba yi if he say ye konwo hinhan yi de ye pa na ban no ye no say aban nko yi a ye yaso na be dey ye
beka me da say